It's the album that changed everything, Metallica's Black Album. In Cause and Effect, Metallica, author Chris Akin takes you back to the lead-up, the release, and the shockwaves that followed. Relive the moment that divided fans, reshaped heavy metal, and turned commercial radio on its ear. With insider stories and personal memories from rock critic and radio personality Chris Akin, this book is a backstage pass to one of rock's most iconic moments. Get your copy now at chrisakin.net or on Amazon. Don't miss out on this epic journey through heavy metal history.
Hey metalheads, this is Seba from Eradicator and you're watching CMS TV.
It is Chris Akin Presents, and I, of course, am Chris Akin, and today we are about to get heavy with one of the better thrash bands out there today. The band is Eradicator. They are back with a brand new release called The Paradox. It's out on September the 20th. You need to get it. It's a real ass kicker, to say the least. It is a punch in the gut. And here to tell us all about it is the guitarist and the vocalist of the band, Mr. Seba Stober. Seba, how are you, man?
Hey everyone, hey metalheads, hey Chris, thanks for having me. I'm fine.
Great, man. Well, it's great to have you, man. And as I was telling you before we got started, man, I love this record, man. I'm one of those guys here in the States that is familiar with your band, and I know that you guys, have 6 albums out now, and I've listened to all of them, but this is the one. If there's a one, this is the one. This is the one that you guys really captured a big sound, and you captured the essence of what you do, and you tried some new things, which I think is fun. So let's start there, man. Tell us about The Paradox, and specifically about the growth from the last record, because it does seem like you really have tried some new things here.
First of all, thank you very much for the nice words. I not even need some promotional words for the record, so you said just all the good things about it. Yeah, thanks for that. To compare it to the last record, for The Paradox, it was really important for us to make something special because it's our 20th anniversary year, and we wanted to celebrate it with a new album. And it just comes naturally for us as a band in a songwriting process that we are ready to record and put out a new album every 3 years. And it was just perfect that these 3 years were exactly to the end, when the 20th anniversary came. So we were working on all these 10 tracks the last 3 years, and we recorded them as soon as they were ready to record. There was not so much in the songwriting process we changed and in the recording process, but it was maybe our own how do you call it? We allowed other ideas, and we
Okay.
wanted to revisit some of the earlier phases of the band, and also come up with something new, but keep it in the spirit of Eradicator, and maybe risk to break some boundaries.
Sure. Well, you definitely do that. I'm going to go right to the one that definitely breaks the boundary, the 11th hour. Ramble on. That is a strange track for you guys. You guys are definitely always been a, faster, faster, faster type of a band. And then all of a sudden you pull out what I think some people might even call a ballad, or at least partly a ballad. Tell me about this song, and did it feel strange for you guys to do something so completely different from everything else over 20 years of music?
For me, myself, I am a really big fan of those power ballads of the 80s, starting with the Metallica Fade to Black, or Megadeth In My Darkest Hour, or even the things Testament did. And it's something special for a thrash metal band. It is a good contrast to show how versatile a record and a band can be. So we were thinking about doing a kind of a ballad thing since we formed the band, but we never were experienced enough or had not the ideas to finally write one. But with this song, our bassist Seba Stober came up with almost the entire song, except the guitar solo and the vocal lines, I think. So there were some more ideas to it. We shortened it a little and worked on it to make it an Eradicator track besides this ballad thing, what we expected it to be as a ballad for Eradicator. And then we wrote it to the end and recorded it. And what makes this a very special and outstanding track for us is the very sad thing that the lyrics are about a good friend of ours who passed away 3 years ago. That makes it a very emotional thing. And if I remember recording it, I was really close to tears when I was standing in the studio and singing these lines. Even if I think about it now, it's really hard, because today it's the third anniversary of the death of our friend, and that makes it hard to talk about it. But yeah, sure. It's really emotional, and it's a special song in any way for the band.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about the playing itself and your playing. What I've always loved about Eradicator is that it's you guys have an old school sound, but you're not afraid to use more modern tones, especially in the guitar, and that's all you. As a player, what do you look to sonically? Do you look to keep it old school? Do you look to expand and listen to what's going on today and add elements of that to your playing?
I think the production way we produce the record and record everything was totally modern. I think we used digital processors and everything, but we recorded, for example, if you think about the drums, we recorded in a room with real drums and everything. And that is important to make it make a dynamic and authenticity to the sound of Eradicator, that you have those musicians playing their instruments, and it's something about attitude when you start composing. No, not composing, when you start recording an album, and that is very important for us. And with the guitar tone, what is characteristic for Eradicator is that we're just play the same amps, I think, for 14, 15 years now. The EVH, Eddie Van Halen amps on full gain, and not too much gain, but on the full gain channel, whatever. And it's just, the sound that makes Eradicator guitar sound special, and nothing in the line of effect processing or anything. It's just the amp to the box and the signal to the PA if we play live.
Sure. Do you have to work yourself to not duplicate what you've done previously? Because, there's a lot of riffs that you've already played, but it does seem like every album does have new, fresh, and different sounding riffs every time.
Thank you. And this is exactly what we wanted to be, that everything has new touches to it. And it's very important for us not to copy our own songs, our own sound, our own style or something, just to develop it further. From time to time, you write a riff and you revisit it and listen back to it, and you think, oh, it sounds exactly like the song whatsoever from this album we already did. And then we just put the idea away and write something else. That's right. It.
Okay. Well, the other thing, and you mentioned it earlier, and I definitely want to talk about this, is the production on this one. You guys always have good production, which is kind of surprising for thrash bands. I get a lot of thrash bands that don't have good production, but you really have great, full, almost arena-type sound on your records. This one is by far the biggest sounding that you have, and I'm assuming that's Seb Lieberman jumping in, who's worked with Brainstorm and Orden Ogan and, bands like that. I'm assuming he added something to it. So what did he bring to the table that helped you guys that maybe you guys weren't doing before?
I think it's his drive to make it big, everything. And if you look what he is doing besides the albums he has produced for us, it's like those Brainstorm or even Rhapsody of Fire or Orden Ogan, where there are thousands of layers of orchestra and strings and everything. And during the mixing process, he called me and said, it's amazing to just have these 4 instruments and vocals and make it that big and that straight to your face. So I think it's his attitude of mixing and making it kind of an authentic feeling of the band, but with a modern approach, and to make it big and the band really heavy. And this time producing thrash metal, he had space in the production to make the guitars really big, to make the bass roar in the middle of the sound of the wall. And that's amazing. And I really like how it turned out.
Sure. When working with him, did you guys have to do anything different? Did you have to double or triple record your guitars so that he would have various layers to add to it?
This time it's really down to the to earth or whatever you call it. Yeah. There are just 2 guitar tracks, 2 rhythm guitar tracks, one right and one left guitar, and some layers of lead guitar where it is needed, and 1 bass track. So I think vocal is the only thing that has double to it.
Okay, excellent. Let's talk about a song here on the record, probably my favorite song on the record, which is Drown in Chaos. Very metal churchy, for lack of a better comparison, but for people that don't know your band, that's probably a good place to lead them. It has, especially in that rhythm, that rhythm to open is very metal church before it dives full on thrash. Tell me about this song and what the meaning is behind it.
Mm-hmm. To talk about the music, I really love how this song emerges from this kind of a groovy shuffle riff, and the drums set in with a groove, and then if the guitar riff plays second time and third time, it becomes more drums and it becomes high speed, and then a short break where it got groove with a double bass, and to the first there is this typical thrash beat but in reverse, where you have really contrary sound to the guitar. So you pronounce the drums on one and the guitars to the second time code, so to say. So that's something that is special for me and makes it hard to play. Sure. And the lyrics, the chorus has, I think, a unique melody. Not a classic melody, but something that stays in your ears. And I like this too. And to talk about it lyrically wise, it was the idea of a child growing up in, I think, a good surrounding, and you never know what comes out. So maybe it's this special thing about, maybe it is in every one of us, maybe not. People want to see the world burn, and you don't know where that comes from. And I think this is some kind of paradox, if you want to interpret it like this, that some people have it and really become this psychopathic people who want to burn something down and even do it, or other people just fascinating about it, or fantasizing about it. Yeah, that's it. And you never know when it comes out or why.
Right on. Well, Seba, I'm always fascinated by you guys that write lyrics in English when English isn't your first language. I mean, you speak great English. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm saying I've written songs, and it's hard for me as somebody who lives in America to write English, to write stuff that sounds good. I have to imagine, as somebody that speaks German as your first language, that it's really difficult to find the words. Like, you probably find them in German and then convert them to American or to English, more or less. Do you do that? And is it difficult to find it and make it work so that it sounds good?
Yeah, it's difficult, and I need a lot of time to write the lyrics, but I really enjoy it. Because, and what you said, I do not think about those ideas in German. I think that would not work, because you find the wrong words, and maybe they do not rhyme, or maybe you misinterpret them. What I use are dictionaries, and how do we call it, thesaurus, where you find synonyms for words, or whatever. And maybe there even are rhyme dictionaries for you can use in the internet. So this helps a lot, and I think it's there. So why not use it? And it is fun to me, and that's great. And I'm really proud of how the lyrics turned out to this CD, and it's 100% what I wrote. So it's great.
Right.
I like it.
No, it's absolutely fun. Obviously, being there in Europe, there's a much better metal scene and thrash scene, I'm assuming, over there. Is the European scene indeed thriving? And do you see it as better there than over here in the States?
To be honest, I never was to the US, so I cannot. I do not know exactly how it is there. From my own perspective. But what I know is that we have a really cool and great scene, underground metal scene, at least here in Germany. And this is what we are in. So this underground metal scene, what we enjoy, connecting with the fans and other bands, and the whole group and everything around it, like a brotherhood. And that's great. And that's what we enjoy. We like to go to other bands, underground bands, or even bigger bands concerts, and connect with each other.
Sure. It just seems to me, as somebody in America, that Europe is where metal lives now, with Wacken and Sweden Rock and, Rock Hard and Pure, all these different festivals. Seems like it's way more alive there. And I wish it was that way here. Seems like here it's way more trendy. Does that make sense?
If you say it, I'm sure.
Right.
I think it makes sense. We never have been to one of those big festivals as a band playing, as just attending the shows. Yes, we were at all those festivals you named just.
Sure.
But maybe it would be the next step for us to play at one of these festivals you just named. Sure. And what I just noticed in the last 3 years, since the Corona thing is over and we can play live again, the stages get bigger, the audience get bigger. So maybe in the next years with this new album, it's possible, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, it would not suck to end up on the stage at Wacken now, would it?
That's it, yeah.
Right on, man. Well, dude, since we're talking about playing shows, what are your touring plans? Are you guys planning to get out and tour around Germany and around Europe?
Yeah, in the first place, we play in Germany. We have like 14 shows scheduled for the rest of the year, so this is a lot for us. Okay. And we are kind of busy playing these shows, but yeah, that's what we do. What we like most about the band: go out there, go on stage, and just playing to the people, and that's amazing. So absolutely. Yeah, and maybe last year we did a little tour with our friends in Solitary in the UK, which was amazing, and our first experience of a tour outside Germany. So connected shows. And I look forward to doing something like this again.
Absolutely. Well, man, you have this great record that certainly you should be touring on, The Paradox. It is out September the 20th. The band is Eradicator. And Seba, where's the best place for us to tell people to go online to keep up with you guys? Is it Bandcamp or is there a website? Tell me.
The easiest thing is to visit our website, eradicator.de. for Germany. So from there, you find everything about the band. We have a shop there where you can order directly from us. So if you order something there, the emails come to me. So I
right. I well, and we tell everybody, buy something. Don't just stream it, buy it. Enough with the Spotify. Buy some product. But, and certainly this one is well worth buying. It is, one more time, it is Eradicator. The album is The Paradox. September 20th is the date. And, Seba, thanks so much for joining me here on Chris Akin Presents.
Thanks. I really enjoyed it talking to you. See you next time.
Brace yourself for the wildest ride of your life. It's the craziest book Chris Akin has ever written, and other things I should not say. Get ready for over 500 pages of pure, unfiltered debauchery. From his military years, Chris Akin spills the shocking stories of sex, partying, violence, and the stuff that's so wild it's probably illegal. You've heard the tales on the Classic Metal Show, but never like this. Don't wait. Get your copy now at chrisakin.net before the censors try to shut it down.